Previously on Akihabs. Welcome to Akihabara. But my god, look at the details. If you like this video, please subscribe. It would mean a lot and the channel would really grow. Plus, I've got a bag full of goodies, so if you want to know what I got, you have to subscribe. Previously, so like the figures that I got from Akihabs was previous. This is like a post video that I'm making in conjunction to talk about, like, sorry for being sick and it being late, but we have figures to open, so I'm super excited for that. And we're gonna start with a couple of these that are the prize figures that maybe, you know, why buy prize? Haha, you see what I did there? Name of the video in the thumbnail. Yeah, but I definitely think that depending on what you're going for and your cost budget, maybe buying prize figures is a good option. The reason I bought these prize figures specifically was mainly the show was airing currently when I went to Akihabara and I was looking for these, and it has since ended. It had its final episode last week, I think, and so I don't think this series will get many more figures, unfortunately. I don't think it was popular enough. And so, in some sense, this feels like maybe the best we're going to get. And on another sense, if we do get nicer figures in the future, I'll just have both and it'll be fine, right? I don't think, in terms of figure collection, everything that you buy needs to be a $500 saver. Right? It doesn't need to be that. It can be whatever you like. You know, it can be a $20 rem or a $5 something. I don't know. Right? But it can be whatever you get enjoyment out of. And for me, I got a lot of enjoyment out of this series. It was a big step watching that show to give me the encouragement to start my YouTube channel. And so to give homage back, we're going to open these prize figures from Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. Now, I haven't opened these, but the prize figures, so in some sense, the quality is going to be what they are. And if they're like any other prize figure I've ever opened, then it's going to just be like a cardboard box in 3 pieces with a plain base. And that's A-okay, because I paid maybe 10,000 yen for both of these, so that's like $8. Here in Japan. So we're gonna go ahead and open this Mahiru, that's her name, figure. Let's see what we get in the box. Tape on the other side as well. Totally missed that. That's okay. Yeah, so just a piece of cardboard, and like I said, I'm assuming just slides right out. Yep, nothing else. Pop these open. Plain black base, nothing fancy. Her base. I gotta say, for the pose, this feels pretty good for a prize figure. And honestly, her face, I mean, it's flat, but it's really not bad. And her outfit's not bad either. It feels like it's got reasonable, like, you know, it looks kind of cheap, but in terms of like the, you know, for paying $8 essentially, like, that's not bad for a figure that I don't think we're going to get any others of her of. I hope they do make, if they make prize figures of the other girls, I definitely want them too. But for sure, you know, like Kiwi or May, I definitely would love to get them. But, you know, I've seen worse figures for more, so I can't be too upset. The texturing's not bad. I mean, it's pretty bland in terms of like the finish and the gloss and all that, but like, you know, I'm happy to have her on the shelf. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get this other one open. Nano time, baby. Cut all 3 sides this time. Yeah, same thing, just some cardboard. So again, right, like this show, I'm just gonna yap while I do this one. So I'm assuming it's gonna be more of the same. This show's fantastic. If you haven't seen it or you haven't heard about it, I highly recommend to watch. The characters are really well done. The storylines, you know, it's got some plot points, but overall, I think the emotions and the beautiful aesthetic of the show is banging and spot on, and I would highly recommend that if you're interested even a little bit, you check it out, because again, I think the show itself is really good, and that's awesome. Slide in. Perfect. Yeah, again, you know, the face is good, the pose is pretty good, the facial features, you know, is what it is. The hair, the coloring and saturation actually on this one's not bad for like a $20 figure, right? Of course, we're gonna have plenty, you know, you're seeing the B-roll on this stuff, and you know, I think it looks good. I think overall, I'm content for spending, you know, $8 on these 2 figures. The weight's good, the size is good, the colorings, you know, is what it is, and I think that, you know, as far as the paint, you can't really mess it up because there's not a lot to it, but yeah, overall, I'd give this a solid, like, B for prize figures. I've definitely gotten worse, and I've definitely seen worse, so for a show that just came out, and I don't think we're going to get many more figures from that show, check it out. It's fantastic. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, highly recommend. These 2 figures I think you can buy, though. There'll probably be more because you don't live in Japan, and if you do, then it'll probably be about the same. But we do have a couple other things I got to show you. So we're going to set these to the side. Akihabara, most things that are used, you don't get a box for. This and this one are no exceptions. We don't have a box. They're just covered in bubble wrap, which I guess makes flying your figures back to the States like way more convenient, but also like your chances of breakage or something a lot higher, and that's okay. But you know, you just gotta pay attention and try and be safe about it. They wrap it pretty well. I've never had anything break like coming back from Akihabara, like on the train or anything, even when it's just like been in my bag. So can't really be upset. Oh, that's all one piece. That's super dope. So 2 pieces here. Ah, there she goes. Just a little pop. We got ourselves a little Anya. So I love Spy Family. I think it's a great show. I've been reading the manga weekly for years now. So I've been a big fan, but I don't have any. And just out of happenstance, I saw this one. It was a good price, and I really just, I found it adorable. So again, not the best figure in the world, not the highest priced, but in terms of quality, you know, it's a good enough figure to put on my shelf. I'm happy with it. It's probably about a it's probably about $50 figure, I think, somewhere in there. The painting's good for the most part. There's a few like line work details that are kind of odd, but I think your face is really cute, and honestly, what more could you ask for? So I take it. It's not, again, not the highest quality figure that's going to ever be in this display case, but it does match quite a good few, and I think it's going to be a really pretty addition, and one that a character that I've been looking to get a figure of and put in here. Now we got one more, and this one was kind of an impulse. I've been seeing her around a lot more, and for the life of me, I haven't had the opportunity to actually watch the show, but or read it. Honestly, I would love to read this light novel more than actually watch it. But we got ourselves The Journey of Elena. Traveling Witch. Now, again, this was kind of an impulse buy for me because, again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the show, and it's, again, like a $50 figure. But what I was really caught off on when I saw this figure was how detailed this sweater is. Oh my gosh! For a $20 figure, this sweater is absolutely killer, and it looks like it's freaking knitted. And so when I saw it, I was like, all right, well, that for me is a solid. It has to happen. I thought the shoes were cute, her hair is cute, her face is well done. Honestly, the weakest point of this entire figure is this base being just a little too just saying the name of the show and not being, like, they tried, but it just still kind of comes off as cheap. So for me, that's like mediocre. But in all honesty, again, for a small buy figure, for a cheaper figure, I think they did a really stellar job. And in general, I think out of all of these, this one's actually the most detailed and most well put together figure. And I think it's turned out really, really well and will be a great display in my cabinet. I think this is one, if you put on a riser and you put something in front of the base to block it, you wouldn't even notice. And for me, that's always a thought when I go to display these things, is how can I best bring out the best qualities in all of them. And again, I think that this small Akihabara figure haul turned out to be really, really good. And I hoped you enjoyed that video and you enjoyed this one to see what I kind of got. You know, if you were expecting a $30,000 Akihabara haul video, sorry, that's not this one. But if you want to see that video, you gotta like, share, subscribe, and get this channel out to as many people as humanly possible. Because without doing that, we will never get to do $30,000 figure hauls. I really wish I could, but I don't make enough. But outside of that, as always, you're cool.